Today is that wonderful and unique moment for Trident University doctoral candidates to be recognized for the pinnacle of achievement in their academic careers. At this time, we ask our first group of doctoral graduates to rise and make your way to the stage. Historically, scholars in higher education wore robes as a daily uniform. They wore hoods with these robes for warmth. Over time, the size, shape, and lining of the hood came to signify a scholar's academic rank. The ceremonial hooding became a tradition that continues to this day. The hooding ceremony constitutes a special recognition for doctoral degree candidates during which a member of the faculty places the doctoral hood over the head of the graduate, signifying his or her success in completing the doctoral program. Our first Doctor of Business candidate is Jarrell Powell. His doctoral study title, The Investigation of Business Process Improvement Initiatives to Prevent Student Enrollment Holds in a University, a Case Study. We welcome the recipients of the doctoral degrees in Business Administration, Education, and Health Sciences. Announcing the names and dissertation doctoral studies titles of our graduates will be Dr. Jarrell Powell.
Doctor of Philosophy and Business Administration, Sari Bensvid. Dissertation, the predictability of stock prices based on categories of financial ratios, APLSCAM approach. Jessica Carter. Dissertation, the effect of personality and leadership style on leadership effectiveness and job satisfaction. Messimer Audeny. Dissertation, the mediating effects of product and process innovations on the relationship between knowledge management, product management, and operational performance in manufacturing companies. Koti Edouard. Nima Varastech. Dissertation, model of green satisfaction of building GSP, the influences of green awareness building, green perceived quality of building, green perceived risk of building, and environmental concern. Quadira Dantro. Dissertation, the influence of transformational leadership. Molly Grove. Dissertation, the cost of appreciation, the undermining effect of tangible incentive programs on intrinsic motivation and employee effectiveness. Michael Sampson Ford. Dissertation, a study of the extroversion-introversion type as a predictor of auditor performance in the United States of America during a period of crisis, the 2019 coronavirus epidemic. Timothy Rafalovich. Dissertation, explaining and predicting private equity performance and analysis of decision flaws, behavioral biases, diversity, and conflict styles by investment committee and fund managers. Raphael Williams. Dissertation, exploring general service pay grades and the likelihood of achieving higher pay grades among federal employees, a quantitative study. Robert Roshinko Jr. Dissertation, a conceptual model of volunteer retention, the influence of trust in leadership, organizational citizenship behavior, and role satisfaction as reflections of intention to remain a volunteer within an organization classified for young professionals during the COVID pandemic. Artavia Edwards. Dissertation, ethical leadership and ethical work climate, the mediating and moderating roles of perceived leader integrity, organizational justice, and trust compensate. Doctor of Business Administration, James Shiver III. Dissertation, examination of digital marketing and consumer behavior related to independent insurance and financial services professionals. Monica Patrick. Doctoral study, social media marketing tools and strategies in small business. Miriam Patrick. Doctoral study, the evaluation of security training and awareness for utilization of cloud and information systems at Intim's Art. Derek Reed. Doctoral study, examining the effectiveness of performance management process in filtering manufacturing. Taliwa Koto. Doctoral study, understanding the human resource management implications on the increase of teacher turnover rate in the American Samoa public school system. David Porritt. Doctoral study, factors that influence a dentist's decision to affiliate with a dental service organization and their corresponding job satisfaction. Sylvester House, Jr. Doctoral study, a qualitative examination of workplace bullying. Joseph Hotep. Doctoral study, influences of education and experience on employee satisfaction in an aircraft sustainment program office. Sarah Peck. Doctoral study, health and wellness coaching for professional development. Lorena Segretti. Doctoral study, COVID-19's influence on job performance in a remote work environment at a small software development organization. Akemi Emma. Doctoral study, mentorship practices in women executives in healthcare, a qualitative descriptive study. Patricia Anderson. Doctoral study, a mixed method study on high attrition rates in government contracting organizations. Paul Rosarius. Doctoral study, leadership style influence in execution in matrix organizations, a case study of naval-based Kitsap fleet and family readiness. Robert Nicholson. Doctoral study, a case study exploring the motivations of acquisitions, logistics, and technology, AINT non-commissioned officers in the Army Contracting Command. Elizabeth Tucker. Doctoral study, improving the business structure and organizations of a subsidiary or startup organization, a case study on the perception of employees of an American parent-subsidiary company relationship. Alfredo Bernal. Doctoral study, effective retention strategies for first-term satellite controllers at Lux Luna Detachment. Brian Atkinson. Doctoral study, professional development enhancements. Denise Kininian. Doctoral study, implementing on-time software development within Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport's Project Management Office, a qualitative case study. Bud Maurice. Doctoral study, crisis management within LGBTQ nonprofit organizations during COVID-19 and beyond, a qualitative descriptive study. Carmen Meeks. Doctoral study, small business market share growth, a qualitative case study. Raymond Riley Jr. Doctoral study, increasing inpatient mental health services at an overseas United States Air Force mental group, expanding capability and reducing costs through joint military venture. Patrice Dignac. Doctoral study, the effects of impact of mishandling consumer complaints in the flood industry. Caroline Morris Watson. Doctoral study, understanding e-leadership competencies influence on virtual team performance of military outreach and admissions teams. Edward Watson. Doctoral study, understanding the psychosocial traits influencing succession planning in the automobile repair and maintenance industry. John David Cooper. Doctoral study, factors affecting cloud computing adoption in Sierra Leone, a quantitative analysis based on technology organization, environmental framework, and human organization technology, field theory. William Cunningham. Doctoral study, Fit and funding, factors and strategies derived from a philanthropy framework, a qualitative case study on the Heart for Lebanon Foundation. Leanna Mitchell, doctoral study, process improvement recommendations for a SaaS company. Carl Chen, doctoral study, optimizing the United States Air Force's rate diversity improvement programs, a qualitative case study. Ralston Clark Anthony, doctoral study, leadership traits and how they influence employee job satisfaction and organizational commitment. Aldifus Bryant, doctoral study, the impact of digital marketing on consumer behavior at Keller Williams Legacy. Angela Weidenfeld, doctoral study, strategies to effectively motivate and engage remote workers across multi-generational team in information technology domain, a qualitative case study. Juan Paulo Rosal, doctoral study, factors concerning adoption of social media marketing, qualitative case study of a small dental business. Rihanna Hill, doctoral study, internet marketing process improvement for a small town ranch offering an experience as a service. Lisa Thomas Abigail, doctoral study, organizational transparency and impact on organization performance of a spiritual institution. Faraha Nsingo, doctoral study, the impact of leadership behaviors on church growth. Rayshawn Crawley, doctoral study, qualitative study on business process outsourcing remote business model. For Doctor of Philosophy and Educational Leadership, Darren Holmes, dissertation, predictors of attitude about the value of online doctoral degrees, motivation, academic self-esteem, and self-esteem maintenance against online degree stigma. Morris Bates, dissertation, the impact of locus of control on student persistence. Tanya Malone, dissertation, an evaluation of the efficacy of the Junior Reserve Officer Training Course, Character Development, and High School Students. Jessica Respis, dissertation, how school administrators create safe learning environments in response to a pandemic, a holistic multiple case study of private elementary schools. For the Doctor of Education, EDD. Tanita Lewis, dissertation, using the lens of holistic advising to develop best practices for advising active duty and veteran college students. Christina Hunter, dissertation, driving instructional practices with data. Paula Reynolds, dissertation, physical education teachers and administrators' perceptions of how healthy school policies impact the school conditions. Angela Hughes, dissertation, cyberbullying, perceptions of secondary high school principals, mediation, intervention strategies, a qualitative analysis. Deshaun Woolridge, dissertation, special education teacher perceptions concerning administrative support and its impact on attitudes and decisions about retention, a phonology study. Betty McQueen, dissertation, tuned into reading, comic books and graphic novels as reading motivation. Omateo Alehi, dissertation, Nigerian parents and teachers' perceptions of students' study habits, motivation to learn, and academic performance. Gemma de Moral, dissertation, an evaluation of the effectiveness of the use of graphic organizers by fifth grade English language learners in an online reading assessment. Phong Ngoc Nguyen, dissertation, an analysis of the journey of international students in the U.S. qualitative study. Amelia Dukes, dissertation, the impact of academic intervention on Black male graduation rates. Angela Petit, dissertation, and authentic leadership and job satisfaction among information technology professionals in educational settings. Verna Brown. Dissertation, Faculty Preferences for Professional Development of Web 2.0 Tools in a Midwestern Community College. Alonda James. Dissertation, Sex Education, a qualitative study outlining limited accessibility to resources for educators of special populations. Celida Lewis Davis. Dissertation, a descriptive qualitative study on Algebra 1 teachers' perceptions of math literacy. Roberta James. Dissertation, Curriculum Alignment in the Initial Military Training Classrooms. Michelle Luong. Dissertation, The Preparedness of Administrators in Supporting Grieving Faculty and Staff. Dr. Alan Kevy. Dissertation, The Impact of the Self-Fulfilling Prophecy in Technical Training. Kimberly Wilson. Dissertation, Nursing Faculty Perceptions and Experiences on the Use of vSim for Nursing Computer-Based Virtual Simulation in an Associate Degree Nursing Program. Alicia Rosado. Dissertation, Teaching Practices in a Structured English Immersion Classroom. Shelley Spencer. Dissertation, The Effect of Distance Education Biology Laboratories on Student Success at One California Community College. Genevieve Cromer. Dissertation, How can teacher training maintain rigor and increase resilience beyond COVID-19? Anna Charisse Selga. Dissertation, The Business of Higher Education Leadership, Identifying Effective Leadership Competencies of Department Chairs in For-Profit Higher Education Institutions. Melissa Perry. Dissertation, Educational Technology Graduates' Self-Efficacy and Experiences in Online Teaching During a Global Pandemic. Edward Cargbo. Dissertation, Leadership Styles and Institutional Performance, Examining its Joint Effects on Leadership Effectiveness in Higher Educational Settings. Suzette Bell Butler. Dissertation, Middle School Content Area Teachers' Experiences with Implementing a Literacy Initiative. Joanne Hines. Dissertation, A Teacher's Perceptions of the Challenges of Instructing Middle School English Language Learners. Katrina Couch. Dissertation, Culturally Responsive Teaching, Instructing the Diversity Populated Classroom. Stephen Tyler. Dissertation, Educational Leaders' Role in Transforming First-Generation Low-Income Students' Paradigm of Education. Harrietta White. Dissertation, Developing a Culture of Student Support, Educational Leaders Navigating the Pandemic. Debbie Williams. Dissertation, Investigating ECHS Leadership Strategies that Impact Student Achievement Outcomes. Harvey Williams, Jr. Dissertation, Examining the Cross-Cultural Adaptation of Department of Defense Leaders in Joint Multinational Military Training Environments. Christy Samuel. Dissertation, Teacher Collaboration, a Qualitative Descriptive Study on the Perception of the Transfer of Knowledge. Brandon Bailey. Dissertation, Trauma-Informed Music Education, a New Perspective on Care in K-12 Music Education. Avis McKinney. Dissertation, Community College Leadership and Faculty Descriptions of Implementing Guided Pathways Reform, a Descriptive Research Study. April Kelly. Dissertation, A Qualitative Case Study, The Impact of the Title IX Student Training on Student Knowledge and Campus Policy. Gregory Williams. Dissertation, A Qualitative Study of Students' Veterans' Integration into Higher Education. Zena Sablan. Dissertation, Teacher Efficacy in Teaching with Enthusiasm in Relationship to Student Engagement During a Global Pandemic. Jeff Davis. Dissertation, Transformational Leadership's Impact on Online Higher Education. for the Doctor of Philosophy in Health Sciences. Karen Correa, dissertation, an evaluation of predictors that could influence African American Blacks' willingness to participate in cancer clinical drug trials. Libnir Teluska, dissertation, sociological factors associated with mental health conditions in the homeless population of San Francisco in 2019. Collins Angbogan, dissertation, the factors that correlate with hospitalization and death among an American population who took sertraline between 2019 and 2020. Leena Gupta, dissertation, a cross-sectional epidemiology study of body mass index relationship with the risk of diabetes and diabetes relationship with a 10-year cardiovascular Q-RISK-2 score using India Heart Watch data. On 6,198 participants. Terry Jacque, dissertation, a comparison between nurse-to-patient ratio mandates in 2018 patient satisfaction scores, HCAHPS, and selected California and Texas hospitals. Stephanie Bettles, dissertation, psychosocial risk factors predicting type 2 diabetes in mothers of children with special needs in Puerto Rico. Teresa Shields, dissertation, leisure screen time on different electronic devices and their relationship with sleep and sleepiness for U.S. adults in 2018 to 2019. Sherry Hammock, dissertation, the relationship between kidney disease and prediabetes among urban Alaska Native adults. Maria Apulsam, dissertation, the relationship between function, stroke severity, and perception of health at follow-up in-stroke rehabilitation patients.
Okay, I'm sorry, don't go anywhere, Hooders. We have one more person to hood, our student speaker. We can't forget him. Dr. Guzman, would you do the honors? We would like to go ahead and hood Dwight Rogers. Will the faculty in the audience please rise as we acknowledge our candidates for the doctoral degrees in Business Administration, Education, and Health Sciences. Dr. Jayaraman, on behalf of the faculty, I present the candidates for the doctoral degrees. Pending the completion of all requirements and verification of all official documents, the individuals presented to you have been recommended to receive the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Business Administration, or Doctor of Education by the faculty and administration of Trident University International.
Based on the recommendation of the faculty and administration of Trident University International, we confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Business Administration, or Doctor of Education. This includes all rights, privileges, and responsibilities of said degree. Your diploma represents the culmination of your unceasing efforts. Congratulations to the 2022 doctoral class.